Hi everybody, Chief Master von Schmeling here for my martial art colleagues and for my friend Sergio von Schmeling. I've been a little bit out from the public Facebook pages, especially now doing a little bit live. It's Saturday, and I just want to share my feeling and my emotion. Watching all the schools, especially at Victory, doing a bell promotion. They using their creativity. They're just doing so great. I watching my own daughter taking her bell testing yesterday online, just like many other kids. I had the privilege to teach them a special class this week online. That I had a blast. I watching my wife teaching classes. I watching my instructor teaching online classes. It's just fill me out with pride and full of emotion. My gratitude towards my people, my team, and my fellow martial art instructors that they are there fighting like great warriors, fighting to stay in the business because there are other businesses. I have friends that they own a little restaurant like a sandwich place, and they doing more than ever because people buying sandwiches, I think. But then I have other friends that they have restaurants that they cannot open or they losing money. I know colleagues in the medical field that they are like being furloughed because their hospital they are empty, and then it's so many different feelings. And when I thinking about, my schools, all the Victory schools, they are closed, and some of them I don't know when they're gonna open. I know in Virginia they may say in June, in California they say July, and Texas maybe next week, maybe in Florida next week, and on and on. In Vegas we don't know, and but all around the country, the unknown and the fears of what's gonna happen. But in the midst of all this, it's always a hope. We were very lucky to have some help from the PPP. If you're familiar with that, it's the helping some with the to cover some of the salaries of the people. I'm very happy with that because some of them, of course, I have many corporations, many schools, won't cover everybody, but at least gonna be able to help my people to receive a little bit more, especially those they sacrifice the most, and I have people that they not taking salary or they are willing to cut their salary in half. I mean, I just have fantastic people. But my message is just especially for my martial art colleagues that they are fighting. I just want to tell you how proud I am to be in the industry of martial art, especially for those people that instead criticizing others, because there are always some I would use this word maybe some kind of dumb people that instead uplifting their fellow martial art instructors and a school operator, they downgrading them, or they comment, oh, that's not real, or how can you do testing online? You should just, because they are not real, if they don't testing in front of you, or the real testing need to be one way or another. It's just like kind of ridiculous. For me, it's ridiculous because I want to remind everybody, what was the main reason that anybody joined martial art? What was the main reason that that mother called your school and said, I would like to train on martial art, or I would like to put my kids on martial art, or my family? I guarantee it was because they're looking for more confidence and self-esteem, perhaps. Then to build confidence, you cannot go and push people to the water. You have to have a process, and to build confidence is very slow. If the reason was discipline, what is discipline? I think discipline is just to obey. Then what are we gonna obey? First, we want to obey the most simple. The simple thing is discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is a way to follow some orders. I had a quote that say discipline is to obey what is right. Then for a kid, what is right is what the parents say, what the teachers say. And if I'm gonna teach somebody discipline, it's the first step is just to teaching them to obey rules. And those rules, they are the rules from their parents and the teachers first, because those rules they're gonna learn eventually to have self-discipline. Then the other reason why people want to enroll in martial art was because maybe they want self-defense. What is the best self-defense? I mean, is that really physical self-defense. I mean, people bragging about, oh, this doesn't work on the street. I mean, how many times if you live in America, how many times you fighting on the street anyway? And who you hang around with that you have to prepare yourself to fight in the street all the time. I don't say that that's not important, but for the kids maybe, especially for the kids, it's like maybe the best self-defense is just to have their chest out and their chin out, and maybe they be able to be more polite, and maybe they be able to recognize authority, you know. And those things you don't acquire those things with a jumping kick or with breaking 20 boards, something like that. You acquire that by training and listening and following direction on your instructors, or feeling good with yourself. Then what is the best self-defense? Is self-confidence, self-esteem. Then again, that's my view. I know that I love the physical part of martial art, and I think I'm pretty good on it. Compared with whom? Obviously, when people ask me, how good are you? Can you beat this person? Or how good a fighter you are? I always say the same thing. It depends with whom. Because right now I'm a teacher and I train people to do other stuff. I teach it of my Victory School of Life. That I'm trying to teach people how to live better. And what is to live better? To have more fulfillment in life, which is just to maximize the potential of every human being. That's what I try to teach. Now, is the physical part important? I believe it's super important, but it's not the only important thing in martial art. Unless you don't have nothing else to offer, then you can only teach punching and kicking, which is, I hope, is not the case. But I beg you, my fellow martial art instructor in School of Barrier, let's uplift our industry more than ever now. Let's help each other. Don't talk bad about anybody. Let's empathize. Everybody fighting for the same thing. We are all here, not in the same boat. Like I said before, we are in the same ocean and the same storm. And we trying to criticize each other. We should help each other. We should go and say, how can I help you? Or I volunteer. You want to call me or reach out and say, how are you doing? How are you dealing with this? Then again, this is the moment that we should uplift ourselves. That way, even the government recognize that the next time they don't ever treat us like non-essential. They should say martial art classes, they are essential for people. It's essential for the motivation of the kids. It's essential for the fitness of the children. It's essential for the parents' education of the kids. Then if this ever happen again, if we are all united and we all help each other, then the government gonna say, let's keep all the essential business open. That should include a martial arts school. I hate when I hear that we are not essential, because I feel I'm very essential. And you know how I know that I'm very essential? One is when I'm watching my kids, my own kids, and how they grow up and how they excel in life. And then I'm watching how much my victorious student, they excel and appreciate what we're doing with them, and how many notes I'm receiving from parents and email telling me how great help we are with their family, especially when these kids, they are home and they cannot go to the streets, and we helping them to take classes and kicking and punching and following direction, and we give them a task that they need to do, and they do it much better, and they feel proud that they accomplish their task that we ask them to do. And sometimes simple, do your own bed, or brush your teeth on time, or go to bed on time, or help your parents with the chores or anything. And when we had that power, I mean, we had that much influence on these kids. I would love to have much more that influence on kids on their behavior than I can influence them to become the next world champion in the tournament. Because I believe me, I won many world championships and things like that. I was training my entire life. I grew up in South America when I did have to use physical train very often. I don't know often what is it, but quite often to survive, because I working on the streets and I working as a many ways, and I was able to work in a ranger school as an instructor in a special forces school, and I know what the physical thing is, but is that what we need the most, or we need more compassion, more self-esteem, better life skills, better social skill, better behavior? And I believe that's what we do as a martial artist. So at least that's what I push for, victory to be a school or life where we training kids to become champions in life. Then, of course, you can choose in your school whatever you want to focus on. I just sharing with you what we focus, and just in this moment we should not criticize whoever do one thing or another. What we should do is help each other and uplift ourselves. And as a professional and as a we teaching respect and courtesy, let's be respectful and courteous towards each other. That way we all get out of this storm, and we can again not just survive, but really become a great asset for our society, teaching martial art. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody. And again, this is Master von Schmeling. I see here some notes. People just write me. Is like I say, this beer here is just my way to change my identity a little bit, or adjust my identity, evolve my identity, because today I want my identity to be much more compassion, much loving, much understanding, and to be able to enjoy my life and the people that are around me without concern about the circumstance, because the circumstance cannot control me. I have to control my circumstance. I need to make the circumstance my creatures. I don't want to be creature of the circumstance. Then again, please, let's help each other. Doesn't matter what association you are, what style you teach. My goal is to, the next time the government need to stop anything, our pandemic, anything, they keep our business, our schools open, because we are essential for American society. All right? Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. It's always a pleasure to be able to address to you, and also to be able to see your name there watching. And some of you stay 1 minute, some of you stay the whole time. If you don't understand my English very much, well, I never learned how to speak English properly. I just went and did it, and I think I'm still doing it until my wife usually correct my English, or some courageous person tell me that I should not say this way or that. But again, my intention is love, and with love and caring, then I hope you forgive me. Have a great weekend.